Hello, welcome back. Today we're going to draw Lincoln from The Loud House. It's a story about a boy who lives in a house full of girls. That is very sad. It sounds like my brother's life, except for there was only 4 of us, girls and 1 boy, which still is a lot of girls. Anyways, so first we are going to, first we're going to collect our materials, which is a piece of paper, a pencil, a permanent marker, if your parents let you have a permanent marker. If they won't let you, a black pen, marker, pencil, crayon, or crayon will do just as fine, an eraser, and your favorite coloring tools. Okay, now let's get started. We're going to start with our pencil. The key is to draw as lightly as you can so it's easy to erase later on. And we're going to draw not a perfect circle, but a circle for his face. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's a little oddly shaped. Okay, and just as a reference points, so he doesn't look too crooked, we're going to draw a line going a bit downwards, comparing to this one right here, a little diagonally. And so we know where his ears and his eyes match up. We're also going to draw another line, like kind of like turning it into a moon shape. See that? Like so. That's actually just to show that half of his face is blank when the other isn't. Which is kind of a little different than what I'm used to doing. Okay, so I'm going to draw the ears, so semicircles on both sides. Almost like a oval shape, whatever. And we draw a line following the top and then an outward line. So kind of like an S shape. Okay, now we're going to draw the hairline. So we're going to draw 2 very curvy pieces of hair on one side, and then it swoops to the other side. It almost looks like he's got a comb over. He's a little young for a comb over. And 2 lines across, and then on the other side 2 more curvy looking pieces of hair. And then he looks like he's got a ducktail in the back. 1, 2, 3. And then he's got 2 stray pieces of hair coming out here. Just lines. Just do lines. Eyebrows are in between the 2 lines here. They're curves right here. Okay, now we're going to draw the eyes. One eye, which normally this should be the smaller eye because it's farther away from us. So we got to draw an oval and then a smaller oval next to it, with the pupils close together in the center. And then his nose overlaps his one eye on the left, like so. And then his mouth is really close to his nose, goes all the way up to about halfway up his eye on the right. And then we just do another semicircle. And then it looks like he has 1 tooth that's chipped. So we could draw a semicircle going across and then add a little V shape in it. And there's his tooth. And his tongue is just a semicircle on the bottom. Now it looks like he has been stressed out because he's the only boy in the house. He's got bags on both sides of the eyes. They're just kind of like that. He's got 3 freckles on both sides of the face. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. The freckles go opposites of each other. I'm just trying to fix it up a bit. Okay, now it's time for his body. So about halfway at the bottom in the middle of his circle here is where his body starts. And it's fairly small. It almost looks like a fairly curved popsicle stick because it's curved at the bottom. Like that. And for his shirt, you get 1 triangle and 2 triangles, a rectangle, and a circle right there. Now it's time for his arms. Draw a curved rectangular side on one and then another one on the other side. That's his sleeves, and his arms are very curved. So, wow. Wow, curved. Okay, and he's got 4 fingers. 1 thumb, and 1 finger, and another finger, and another finger. See, cartoon artists, they can't draw hands very well. I'm just kidding. They find that it's easier to, makes it easier to draw when they are missing a finger. Some cartoon artists can actually draw hands properly and still make it look right. But okay, so another curvedness. Okay, and then I'm going to kind of draw like a flower. So there's like a thumb and 3 fingers. And then we got to draw some lines to show that it's a fist. Okay, now we're going to draw the bottom of the shirt. So we're going to go across and a little V shape and then across again. Now it's time for his legs. So just long rectangular shapes like so on both sides. And then we got to do a very, very thin ovals going opposite directions for his feet. The computer just started up randomly again. My house is haunted. Okay, no it's not. I'm just teasing. There is my really crappy drawing of the feet. So there we go. We got the basic drawing of Lucas Loud. Now it's time to grab our permanent marker. If not, those other tools I mentioned earlier would do just as well. So the lines are fairly thick in some points. So let's start only drawing what we want to keep. And take your time, because once you do this part and you make a mess or make a mistake, you can't undo it. You can restart the whole thing, which is a pain in the butt. You could also make it part of the artwork too, which works just as well. Because we have a creative license. We are artists. And draw those eyebrows. His little ducktail. Kind of reminds me of some older cartoons. I just can't quite put my foot on which ones are the older cartoons that he kind of reminds me of. I'm drawing one eye. With that stressed out line going out. Yeah, he's super tired. His sisters won't give him a break. Who needs sisters? Wait, you ain't nothing but a... Wait, you're no... Wait, let me just think of the thing. Gosh. You're no lady. You're nothing but a sister. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. That was from the Aristocats, Disney. I love my cartoons. Mostly Disney. I'm a Disney person. Is he coming together? Is he looking right now? Okay. By the way, I'm starting to go insane from this COVID-19. But I think we all are. Whee! These are hard to draw. But keep practicing and you will get better and better and better. My mom had to keep on convincing me to keep on keeping on. She's almost like an old-fashioned comic book. With the way that they do the shadows. I'll explain in a moment once I'm done tracing. That hand is terrible compared to the original. Anyways. So don't draw that line completely because we got to show that the leg is connected on the one side here. There we go. And he's got a line for his pant zipper going down on both sides there. And having a hard time with the feet. Okay, now it's time to take another look. So, we look at this. You can see that there's some thick black lines and some thinner ones at the sides on his arms and on the one of his legs. So, we're going to copy that. So, we'll do a thick line here and a thick line here, and then we're going to do smaller lines like this. So it's like line art, which is an interesting thing to do. I've done it in high school. It was fun to do. So that's how they do the shadowing on there. That's all they do for shadowing. Pretty cool, eh? Okay, now we take our eraser and we erase like all the pencil lines, so it looks something like this. I'm going to take a thicker marker than I used before and do the outlines of, like just the outer lines of the face. I think I need to do it just a bit thicker. Let's make this back to the original size here. There we go. This gives it more depth. It makes the characters pop out more. So we'll just first do the outer layer of the character. So that they don't blend into the background if everything is the same thickness for lines. They don't blend into the background too. They pop out. They're like, oh, it's right there in front of me. Also shows what part's what. If it's just like, oh, that's part of the pants, not the shoes, or something like that. Pretty cool technique they use. This is where I can kind of fix my mistake. Instead of tracing the outside of the lines, I could trace inside the lines so that it makes it look thinner. I find this is a lot easier to do on regular paper, but I wanted it so that you guys could see really well what I'm doing. Okay, so I also noticed that his hairline is thicker than the rest, most of the face. So we'll just do the hairline. And where his little ducktail is, that's thicker. His ears are separated a bit from his face too. And his nose is a little bit thicker. And his mouth has definitely got thicker lines too. You can't really tell. Well, we can actually color in the mouth black. It's actually kind of a good way to start making your own coloring pages. You just print them off before you color them. Copy them a bunch, and have a coloring contest with your family. Who can color this character the best? Or the most creatively? And then thicker lines for his shirt, and a thicker line for the bottom of his pants. There we go. We did it. We got the basics of Lucas Loud. Now it's time to color. Woohoo! Now I wonder why his hair is white. Is it because he's so stressed out? His family stresses him out too much. Okay, let's do the skin. He's almost a little yellower. Just a little. Okay. That's got jaundice. Just kidding. So, oh, do you know what? I noticed something. Sorry, I got it making a mess. We got to separate his hand from the rest of his body, too. There we go. Now let's go back. Why am I clicking the wrong things? Okay, yeah, that was about right. So, let's color in his skin tone. Now there is no shading or highlighting in this, which makes it so easy to do. The only shading and highlights are those lines that we did earlier. Yeah, he's almost got the style of a comic book. Yeah, just keep on coloring. Keep on coloring. Keep on coloring, coloring, coloring. What do? You color, color, color. Sorry, I'm going insane. Okay, so now that we got that done, his hair is white. There's no color in his eyes. His teeth are white. His tongue is red. Oh, there. That's good. And his shirt is orange. There's some people who can't pull off orange, but he pulls it off quite well. Some of the things that come out of my mouth, I just think too hard about it, and it just sounds weird when I repeat it in my head. But you know what I meant, right? Okay, and now it is time for the pants. They're kind of like a gray-blue pants. He's wearing jeans. Everybody likes to wear jeans. No yoga pants for him. And red for the stripes on his shoes. Stripes on his shoes. Oh, Dad! We have drawn Lucas Loud from the Loud House. Stop stressing out so much, kid. You need to have some color in your hair. And you also need some more sleep. Okay. I hope you enjoyed. I would love to see your drawings from this video or other videos. You can send them to me on my Facebook page, which is Charity Lowe's Art, Cartoon Yourself, and also send me requests on what cartoon character you want me to do. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.